So hey y'all, I'm back with another video. So tonight's video is yet again another Chioma Chats video podcast edition. So by the title, we're going to be talking about why Cardi B has not dropped another album. Cardi B is an American rapper out of the Bronx, New York, who got her claim to fame on the reality show Love and Hip Hop New York. She's always been known for her very comedic and over-the-top behavior that she shared on her social media, which brought her a large following. Cardi B started off in the exotic dancing industry as a stripper, then going to TV, and then ultimately becoming a rapper. In 2017, she dropped her debut single, Bodak Yellow, which literally is probably one of the most successful songs from any female rap artist in history. I actually like the song Bodak Yellow. Following the hype of Bodak Yellow, Cardi B was the next big thing and the first female rapper to be considered mainstream in a long time. For years, Nicki Minaj literally single-handedly annihilated every rap bitch in the building, and in my opinion, she still does and always will. However, Cardi B gave people something new in the female rap industry, and it was almost like she was an overnight success. With that success, her fans and audiences everywhere anticipated her first album to be a musical body of work and meet their expectations. On April 6, 2018, Cardi B released her debut studio album called Invasion of Privacy under Atlantic Records. The album included trap music, Latin trap, R&B, and something that everyone could love. Although many people were skeptical, the album literally did not disappoint. The track list included songs like Bartier Cardi featuring 21 Savage, which was very trap and hip-hop, R&B ballads such as Be Careful and Ring featuring Kehlani, and the song I Like It featuring Bad Bunny that embodied Latin trap, which was probably the most successful song on the album worldwide. That song was huge. So fast forward almost 5 years later, and Cardi B has yet to follow up with a second album. Fans and critics have come up with many theories as to why this is, as the gap grows between Cardi B putting out her sophomore album. I myself have a few theories that I think are worth discussing because I actually think there's more to why she hasn't dropped. To be honest, I'm not necessarily a Cardi B music fan. I liked her verse on Tomorrow too, but I haven't really liked any of her singles that she's put out since WAP. I actually thought that WAP was a great song, but on the music end of Cardi B, she doesn't really stroke my interest like she did when she first came out. I thought this would be a good conversation to bring up and further discuss and answer, Cardi, where is the album? So I've broken this video down into 3 main talking points. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So point number 1 is Cardi B is not a rapper. Me saying Cardi B is not a rapper is simply off the spirit that I feel like she's really an industry plant, and not in the technical terms of she was specifically contrived by a label, but really that they used her celebrity that she already had and molded her into what she is now. And because there was no actual intention for her to ever be musically inclined, I personally just feel like she isn't a true rapper. People have their own definitions of what makes a great artist, and for me personally, I feel like to be a rapper, you have to write your own music, you have to know how to lyrically embellish yourself, and you have to be consistent in putting out music that showcases your talent. And in my opinion, I don't think Cardi B does that because she is more or less an entertainer. And there's nothing wrong with being an entertainer. I mean, I feel like it allows her to touch a lot more industries and diversify her appeal to audiences, being that she's very swingable. And by swingable, I mean she can entertain and relate to multiple demographics. Let me touch on the idea of not writing your music. I feel like this generation has tainted traditional rap, and not necessarily because of the violent subject matter or the overt sexualism. Those are obvious, but simply because it's been altered in a way that shows that anybody can do it. A lot of the mainstream female rap talent that we have are not talented rappers. They are entertainers with the right look, the right fan base, and the right appeal to modern society. So because people are more image-based these days, and this generation makes excuses for literally everything, the outcome to that are success stories like Cardi B. And I'm not discrediting any hard work that she has put in to maintain a rap career, but one of the hardest parts with being a rapper, let alone any type of artist, is actually composing the content. And if the content that is being composed is the work or property of another individual, are you a rapper or are you a reciter? A lot of these people are just reciting lines that have been written for them. And this generation weirdly doesn't seem bothered by that because we are so much more focused on vibes and feelings that we don't really value talent and diligence like we used to. I remember the day that I found out Cardi B didn't write her music. I think that was probably the last time I really paid attention to her music career. And that's just a preference thing. I prefer to listen to, promote, and give praises to the writers and the talents that are not just surface level or what we see on the outside, but the inside of them brings out literary works of art. And I can't say that for Cardi B. I know this generation likes to say that everybody has writers, everybody gets help, but I think it's naive to discredit the fact that for some some artists, the majority of what they put out is their work. For the ones that don't write, they may not be plagiarizing by literal definition, but to me it is, because you're putting your name on something that you didn't come up with, and I think that's where the rap industry has gone south over the years. Cardi B not being a real rapper directly connects to the reason why we haven't gotten a second album from her. When you can't naturally or instinctively come up with bars, hooks, and musical ballads that are actually likable, then of course there's going to be a delay. And if you actually look at the songs that Cardi B really wrote herself, you can see the difference between her work and other people's work. I really want to be a ghostwriter because there's a lot of things that I can write that I would never actually say or never want to promote, but I can definitely write it for you and make it sound good. I may be saying that Cardi B is not a real rapper, but how big does this play a part in her celebrity? Lately, she's been working on so many other things, from pushing her vodka-infused whipped cream brand, which I heard was really good by the way, to being a mother and appearing in acting roles. So music has kind of been placed on the back burner. And because she's able to ride the wave of still having clout and relevance, even though what she's mainly known for is handled by other music professionals, it does deviate her away from prioritizing music. So point number 2 is anticipating the competition. I think because of my first point, the second point of her having to anticipate her competition plays a part. There have been so many female rappers that have come out ever since Cardi B. I will give Cardi B her props for opening that door to the new set of female rappers. And I know there's a lot of people who don't want to give her that, but I feel like ever since Cardi B, we've seen a surge of female rap talent. And I credit that to her success and coming out during a time where, again, Nicki Minaj is single-handedly annihilating every rap bitch in the building, but Cardi B's placement in female rap at that time definitely influenced many other labels to focus more on female rap artists because they looked at her success as very doable. Hence why you now have the City Girls and Lakia signed to QC. Hence why you now have Enchanting signed to 1017, which is Gucci Mane's label. And that's why you have Saweetie signed to Warner Brothers. It's crazy how much I know now that I've been pursuing rap, because I would have never known this 2 to 3 years ago. But I truly believe that not only did Cardi B greenlight other female rap talents to start a new wave, but subsequently create more competition for herself. I think Cardi B anticipates the competition because of 3 reasons. 1, her name is not as synonymous with rap music as it used to be. 2, she's not as frequent in releasing music as she used to be. And 3, because of her success paving a way for other artists, that focus on female rappers has shown the public people who are actually better than her talent-wise. So now when you have 3 new female rappers coming out a year and they're actually making noise, and it wasn't like that at first, you definitely have to look at the competition. In 2022, I would say the 3 most popular female rappers to come out were Glorilla, Ice Spice, and Lola Brooke. I think they made a lot of noise. In 2021, I would say it was Lakia, Coi Leray, and maybe Callie. Definitely way more female rap artists have made noise, but I think the ones that had a solo single song, if not more than one song, actually chart and bring them more fame and relevance, these are the ones that I saw. And I think sometimes the internet is a bit naive about the music industry actually being a business, and those numbers and charts actually being equivalent to money, which at the end of the day is going to be a competition. These labels are competing to show which artists are going to chart higher or have more streams than the next. So when you have all of these girls coming out with these songs that are going viral on TikTok and are getting a lot of radio play, as an OG or someone that has just been in the game a little bit longer than others, you have to anticipate that competition. Unpopular opinion, I think Cardi B hopped on Glorilla's Tomorrow 2 song because it gives her a good look as if she's ushering new female rappers in, which is fine. That's genuine and very authentic, but also because I think her name and her fan base is way higher than the quality of her music. So attaching it to a new up-and-coming rapper that has a hot song and is really popping and has the talent is really just a business move to keep her relevant, being that she's been pretty silent and not putting out songs. I hope that makes sense. So I think Cardi B is going to continue to keep her eyes open and her ears to the street to see what other female artists are doing, because that all affects so many factors and reflects on her releasing new music. So the third and final point is life happens. I want to give credit to the fact that Cardi B is the mother of 2 young children, and I think for any woman in any industry, whether you are a global sensation in entertainment or you are a 3rd grade teacher, maternity leave is a reality for any woman. So to me, life happens, and I don't think she's wrong for deciding to take more time to raise her children, because to me, that is more important than anything else. I do think that in the music industry, women are a bit pressured to not have children for the sake of their career. And I'm not saying not have children altogether, but specifically plan out when and during what period of their career to have children. If you look on YouTube, and I will try to find the video, the City Girls put out this YouTube documentary a few years back, basically detailing what they were going going through to keep their duo alive while JT was incarcerated. While she was in jail, there's an episode that shows Young Miami having to tell her label that she was pregnant, and she was so emotional, and you could see the disappointment on the faces of her label executives because they already had one member in prison and then the other member who was now pregnant. And essentially that was supposed to be the turning point on whether or not the City Girls prevailed, and they were successful in prevailing. I think their careers have even skyrocketed since JT has been released from prison and Young Miami has had her child. But I remember watching it and noticing how much that actually affected their group. And I think once life happens like that, it does prolong a lot of your projects. But just to play devil's advocate, I feel like Cardi B has had a lot of time to do a little bit more musically than she has been doing, just off the strength that she has an entire team that makes the music for her. I can't really speak about all of her life details and how busy she is because I'm not her. However, it comes down to what things in her life she actually prioritizes, and it's clear that music isn't a top priority than it used to be for her. And the after effects of that is now this 5-year gap between the release of Invasion of Privacy that was critically acclaimed and pretty much liked by everybody. I don't think there was anyone who disliked the album, versus now where people have lost interest and people think that there won't be a second album. To end off, I think my overall prediction is that she won't release a second album because we've seen in recent times how streams and how solo singles are a bit more lucrative and easier to compose than a full project worth of songs. Within doing business, you're gonna do what's easiest. You're gonna work smarter and not harder. I also feel like Cardi B really doesn't want to catch that smoke from the people who are gonna critique her album because there's a chance that it will not amount to the same success as her first album. Cardi B is a very emotional celebrity, being that she does get offended and does go back and forth with a lot of people, and I just feel like she doesn't want to deal with that smoke respectfully. I think Cardi B's appeal in music has definitely gone down, but I think she does owe it to her fans to give them a second project regardless of how it pans out. So that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please let me know your commentary on my commentary down below. What do you think? What do you know? Let me know. If you haven't already, go stream my song Ballin'. It is out on all platforms, linked down below. And lastly, don't forget to follow me on all of my social media networks, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, y'all.
They say I'm out the ordinary. All my favorite cousins up, they round the way and on the way. Had to come to auntie house, cause last time I did 20 I said I'ma call him when I need some money. I ain't tryna wait. Mansion in the motherland, bitch. Leave it by the gate. All my favorite cousins up, they round the way and on the way. Had to come to auntie house, cause last time I did 20K. Yo, Chioma, they don't know who they messing with. I be where the blessings is. My pockets never deficit. You can't touch all this excellence. You gon' need a prerequisite. You gon' need some relevance, so cut it OT Genesis. Pack in the mail from my boys in Abuja. Thick, meaty, spicy, juicy, baby, call me Suya. I said 24/7, we stacking, racking. I'm a bad bitch, you fraction, lacking. Counting bread while he playing Madden. I'm in the building, bitch, what's happening? Queen Chioma, Pierce side is back.